Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy P Farm thinking right out here in the lab. I'm excited. I got some good stuff for you today. I'm gonna have the book, and then I'm gonna ad lib, and like that. We're going on script today. Why? Because this is my area where I'm pretty much proficient, so I don't need the book to tell me about this part, but I'm gonna use it to make my point, and then I'm gonna ad lib. How about that? Some good stories, good information. Let's go. Writers 25 rules to live by. Storyteller, story with a message. The message is the story for life. Well, I give life lessons. You tune in receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking's way of life through mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission, and that's what I'm on, is to have all right thinkers know thyself. With the information I give, the things I lay out for you, all you got to do is tune in, implement them, and you will know thyself. All right thinkers' goal is to know thyself. So I ask you, do you know you? It's rhetorical. And if you don't have an answer for yourself, tune in. I'll help you with that. That's what I do for you. A person who knows not, and knows not that they even know not, foolish, disregard them. A person who knows not, yeah, they know not. Simple. You teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believes and think that they know is dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up, acknowledge yourself. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thing to know thyself. And to Maya be true. We're going to get more into the detailed description of the Anunian theurgy tree of life, but it's going to be based on the balance of the Anunian tree of life, and I'm going to go over the planes of existence, okay, of the tree of life. I'm going to break down the metaphysical casualty planes and the consciousness existence of each level of those planes. Nice little information here, good tidbits, all right? You ready? Let's go. First of all, it should be noticed that the Kemetic iconograph is a very balanced, okay, very structured, okay, and very orderly in its depictions of what? Male and female, yin, yang, masculine, feminine. They ain't always got to be male, female, but it's going to be opposites. That you can guarantee. That's what Mayat represents. And the Anunian cosmic mythograph has a certain balance between what? The male divinities and the female divinities, which reflect and complement each other. They don't oppose each other. They complement one another. Okay, they fit together like a glove. And this is due to what? The recognition that there must be balance between what? The male and the female, even in the elements, in order to have proper equilibrium. You can never have more than one thing than the other. That throws off the balance. The universe is based on what? Balance, equilibrium, stability. And not only in the creation of the universe, again, but also in what? The promotion of the beneficial culture and positive spiritual evolution. We should be the spiritual generation. Why? We know now. We ain't got the whole bunch. We should be able to acknowledge the spirituality and be more spiritual than we are human. And this balance was also reflected where? In the secular affairs of the ancient Egyptian life. Again, in government, business, etc. Wherein what? Wherein men and women were according equal legal rights. There was no one more valuable than the other. Equanimity meaning both equal in their own rights. That's what it started out being. I'm just teaching. The tree of life, what it do is the teaching of the Anunian theurgy as depicted in the Anunian Tree of Life. Cosmic Ano mythograph is based on the creation myth. You hear that? The creation myth. So it's a story about creation. We never said it literally. We never said we was there. We just have a concept, a myth. That's what we're talking about. So the creation myth of Anu, meaning the first time, first place, and the pyramid text of Anunian theurgy. Anunian theurgy is one of the main theurgies of Kemetic religion of the Netarianism. Netarianism is the theurgy of what? Netter. Study in the known understanding of the Netter. At singular, the one divine self differentiates itself out of the primeval undifferentiated matter, aka I told you about that, the noon. Okay? It creates aspects or forms what of itself from itself that what to carry out several different tasks or functions in order to sustain creation. You will see everybody that I show you will pretty much stand on the pedestal. Mayat represents the pedestal. That's one of her concepts. Then you stand on Mayat, that means you stand on order, reciprocity, righteous, divine order. All those things are what Mayat represents. I got her in this category today. We're gonna break that down for you real nice. Okay? But she's outside of the Duat. Matter of fact, she's in the Duat outside of the other elements with the pet and the tie. You'll see. Where we at? Okay, karma is an aspect of God. She will function on what? Giving you what you deserve. She don't care who you are. She don't care nothing about that. She has a function, and that's what all God aspects and all his elements, they just function. Air is just going to be air. He ain't doing nothing else. Understand that. Now, and watch this. They are aspects of the divinity of the one divine self, singular. Divine self differentiates itself. I just read that, excuse me. But watch this. It go down to the noon, and it creates aspects and forms out of itself. And they're there to carry out different tasks or functions in order to sustain creation. Again, everybody stands on Maya. The aspects, watch this, they manifest through cosmic natures and within the realms or dimensions of existence, which therefore the cosmic natures of Neteru and the realms of the Tai, which is the earth, Pet, which we consider heaven, Duat, which is the netherworld, and then the last but not least, where everything comes from, the new. Back to the new. That's the absolute. When you go back there, the spirit is considered to be what? Home. Okay? That's the concept. And that's where you want to go. The other three levels, the pet, the time where you're working for, pet where you're going to go to. The Duat is where everything happens to find out if you're eligible to make it to the absolute. So let's break that down for you right quick. Hope I get a better understanding when I'm done. Now you got the cosmic nature, Neteru, in the realm of the Tai, the pet, the Duat, and the new. Or new. Watch this. Here we will continue to score on the tree of life with the Duat realm. Now we just come from the another world. Okay, the Anu the first time. Okay, now we're down here in the Duat. Now we just come from brain freeze. Okay, the top hemisphere, the top part. The noon, excuse me. The noon and then Anu. The noon is where God resides. Everything starts from the beginning. Everything came out of the noon. And then we went to the Anu, the first place, the Ben stone. Now we worked our way out to the Duat. Here we go. The Duat, in the Duat, you got Ra and the Trinity of Ra. He's Khepri in the morning, sunrise. At high noon, he's Ra. At sunset, he's Ra-Tim. That means he's old, he's frail, he's going into the underworld, okay? Old age, so to speak. So let's talk about the Duat right quick. The Duat means the netherworld. Remember that all the following divinities, all of them arise from the original, the non-dual self that emerges from the homogeneous, non-dual primeval ocean, meaning it has dual sexes, male and female, when it arises out the ocean, the primeval ocean. But the most important Duat divinities. You ready for this? The god Tahuti. After Ra, he put Tahuti in place. He also the moon god too. When Ra goes in the underworld, he leaves Tahuti to say Ra and look over us at night. That's the concept. But Tahuti is your mind. Okay, your intellect. How about that? Tahuti represents intellect, and as the ibis bird, or he gonna be in the baboon form. When the baboon sit, they look like he's contemplating, look like he's thinking. So that's where the intellect concept comes from. Remember, every aspect of our gods, whatever animal they got it from, they studied that animal to get that particular characteristic of that animal. They know what they're doing. Okay, anthropomorphic concepts. Okay, and Tahuti, number one, and then you got the goddess, my girl, Maya. She represents, and you got Hetharu. Tahuti represents, like I told you, intellect. He keeps the records. From the time you come into the world, the time you have Judgment Day, he's the one that keeps track of everything that goes on. Okay? He described what the guys they call him. He always see him, he got writing, keeping track. Okay, that's his job. Tahuti represents intellect. Now, you see me representing Maya with the scales balance. She also represents the pedestal. Everything, everybody stands on Maya. Ra stands on Maya. Okay, all the gods stand on Maya. And what she represents? She represents order and balance. Again, she was so important that at Judgment Day, she's the one who passed judgment. Okay, if the scales tilted against you, that's on you. Anubis was there to make sure you got a fair shake. Tahuti was there to make sure that everything in calibrations are right. So everybody made sure everything was done on the up and up, so to speak. And that was their job. Okay, this is the Duat. Okay, when you get here, ain't no games being played. Okay, so but Maya represents the balance, but in this context, necessary is not necessarily a bad thing at this point, but it just means that it does not have a particular form. Chaos. The opposite of Maya is Itfet. You don't hear about him. Why? She just buries him. Okay? Order just supersedes chaos. That's why. So, Michelle. But that's all. Like this is all matter. Okay, this all means what? That you should not give it to a negative connotation when we are engaging in philosophical studies. Okay, we start to learn something. Stop telling me what you thought when I'm trying to tell you something. You should be listening and learning. I don't care what you thought. Moving on, no disrespect, but stop with the I thought. I'm trying to teach. You should be listening and learning. Moving on. Watch this. So when you're doing philosophical study, this teachings do what? From an egoistic perspective, disorder or chaos, right there, can be troubling in some cases. If you're ignorant, that's what they're telling you. If you are ignorant, you're going to be full of what? Fetters, chaos, going to do all the wrong things. Why? You don't have the intellect. You're not using Tahuti. He's important. So watch this. In your context, it refers to unformed matter. Maya gives it form, order. Het Haru, she's the female part to Haru. Okay, that's the counterpart. They call her Hathor. But she represents the spirit, the female aspect of the spirit that's in us. How about that? And she also represents God's eye, the left eye of Ra. Maya, the right eye. How about that? Those his daughters, successionally. But Het Haru is the energy, again, that sustains or that holds the form, the spirit, okay, from the female aspect. Maya is the order itself. Like net weaves the matrix, Maya is the order of the matrix. So they work together. Again, even though they do different things, they still come together and work interchangeable and they interlock perfectly. Watch this. Now we have to look at the pet realm. We left the Duat. You just learned about Maya, order, Het Haru, power and energy, female aspect, and Tahuti, your intellect. You see him on his boat. When Rob going through in the daytime, he take two things with him. His brain, which is Tahuti, and his order, which is Maya. At night, when he go into the underworld, He calling all his boys. Wow, all hands on deck. We about to go do work with this clown down here in the underworld. Alright? I love that story. So that's the fun part for me. That tells you there's going to be a fight between good and evil, light and dark, up and down to make a difference. These two opposites are going to oppose each other. They're not going to join together. Some things go together and some things don't. Okay? So, and the thing is, neither one of them can be really destroyed. Ra wins the fight so he can shine every morning. But when he get out doing his shine, he right back in the fight again. So it's endless. No breaks. Okay, I laugh because that's the concept. All right, cycle. As soon as he gets to the underworld, it's back again. So understand that. And if you're doing something that's negative and bad, it's up to you to break the cycle. Why? It ain't. It just continue to do what it's going to do. You got the control over that. You know right from wrong. You're the deciding factor. Okay? So, now let's deal with the pet realm. What's the pet realm? The pet realm is that realm that may be likened to the concept of causality. 7 laws are hermetic. 6 is cause and effect. Karma. Cause you do this, oh, you're going to get that. You reap what you sow. That's the cause and effect. Okay? Let's talk about what the pet. Let's go top right quick. Let me show you something right here. This is what the Duat looks like. This is the Duat crew right there. You see. Tahuti on one side, the trilogy of Ra, morning, noon, and night, and you see Maya and Heru. Okay? They all play a role in their own function, and that's all they do. Function. Your job is to master them function and incorporate them in your life. My life is based on balance. That's Maya. I'm a thinker. That's Tahuti. I'm energetic, I'm spirit. That's Heru. All these qualities are in you. You get the picture? Now, pet means heavenly, okay? In the pet realm, we have space, air, that's shoot. Ether, which is shoot. Bam. We have Geb, which is earth. These are things, elements that they was here before we come into existence. That's being conscious. Why? He put all the stuff in place before we even got here. Good parenting is planning that child's life before it's made. Why? A lot of times we get pregnant by accident or not on, but whatever. But if you plan it, that's what you do. You have everything laid out. So they come, everything's already ready. That's planning. That's being what? Conscious, again, of what's to come. All conscious, all knowing. Hello. So come on, let's go. Now, we have Tough Newt. She represents water. And Newt is what represents heaven. Geb, Newt, Shu, and Tough Newt. Those are all elements along with Ra. Those are the 5 elements. And they're inside you. Not just in the universe. They keep telling you what's out there isn't here. The macro, the micro. Let's go. Hope you get this understanding. I got to get through. I see the clock is ticking. All right, here we go. You got the elements in place. But notice that we are moving what? Gradually from the subtlest to what? The essence of the substratum coming down to a more what? Gross principles. Meaning the elements we just went through of creation. This is what the sages have broken down creation into phases, levels, okay? This is what creation is made up of, these principles that we give identity to so that we can philosophically understand and learn them and emulate them to use them to our benefit. Now, we will look at the Ta realm. But before we go there, let me take you to this right quick. See, there's a breakdown right there from the noon to the Duat to the Ta to the Pet. Break that down for you right quick because it's all mental, and once you understand it, it'll make a lot of sense. What the hell is the Pet, the Ta? Look, again, outside people, the inside knowledge of things that the outside people know, to them it's a mystery. Oh, it's a secret. Yeah, but if you want to learn it, you're free to come and learn. I'm not doing that. I'm not holding you to nothing, but just show up and get the lesson. I don't give away secret passwords or that nonsense, but I got the same information, the same knowledge that I give to you that you can use. That's the whole point. Let's talk about the planes of existence from the tree of life. Starts out the noon, beginning, start. The Duat, they call the noon the absolute, the metaphysical causality plane of the consciousness existence. The noon, the absolute. That's all. That's where it all begins. And if you're lucky, that's where it ends for you. Why? That's where you come from. That's where you want to go back to. This physical body is on loan. The spirit that's in it, he wants it back. Okay? And the Duat, that's the casual plane. Again, mental. And it's the subtlest planes of creation. The center of consciousness and individuality. Your mind, Tahuti. Your understanding is Maya. And energy is Hadu. The fire is Ra. They give you everything mentally, symbolically, esoterically, so you can implement it in your daily life and use it the way I'm trying to show you, the way it's intended. You master these parts of your personality. Trying to be nice. But now watch this. They deal with the Tau realm. No, excuse me. We deal with the pet. After the Duat, coming down. See, it's trickling down. The fall of man. From what? From subtlest to the grossest. And once you get to grossest, you got to work your way back up to the subtlest. Go back home, so to speak. I hope you get this. I know a few of y'all out. So I appreciate you. So I got you. Let's go. Now, you're dealing with the pet. That's the astral plane. That's the inner part of the body, the spirit, the nervous system, okay, that runs everything in the body. That's the subtle plane of creation, where what? Where the mind operates with what? Ideas, thoughts, again, imagination, and dreams with the subtle senses, meaning not the physical, more subtle, the internal thoughts, ideas, concepts, and dreams. The brain got two hemispheres, memory, imagination. If you're stuck on memory, that means you live in the past. And if you're too far ahead of yourself, that means you live in the future, but they think you spaced out. Okay? Everybody don't understand projection and ideas, imagination. Sometimes it's best to keep them to yourself. Okay? But you can make your imagination, fantasy become reality if you work on that. That's the power that we have from God. It was given to us to do just that. That's what he did. Okay? Understand that. Excuse me. Yeah. So when you understand mentally all these aspects of yourself, you can start to implement them, because that's what it's all about, mental. And when you come down to the top, that's the physical body. That's where we start from with us. And that's the physical plane, the five senses. When you see five, that's the physical body. The brain only receives five things from the physical body. Okay, the other levels is using its own. It don't need the physical body as high as up to go up. You see that? So when the physical body dies, the spirit, if it's enlightened, will go back to where it comes from. If not, it's got to be reincarnated to get a body that's going to work. That enlightened to get it home. Hence, reincarnation. I did the lesson by the Akashic record. My concept is the Akashic record keep records of every life that it's been through, every past experience. The heart keeps the records. That's what Tahuti's job. And when you reach that level, when you get the seventh round of chakra, you become crowned. You have your crown of knowledge instead of wearing a crown of ignorance. If you don't know yourself, you're wearing a crown of ignorance. I get that lesson. Some people ain't gonna like it, but that's my point. Moving on. Sorry about that. Here we go. I look at the clock, I see it. But in the physical realm, the most dense plane of creation, and that's where living human beings experience physical existence. Again, we're spiritual beings. You know that already. We come from the spiritual realm into the physical realm for the experience of what? Gaining our knowledge of what? Self. Sorry about that. It ain't physical, it's mental. That's why the conscious mind got to connect with the heart mind. Heart mind coherence. I keep pushing it because that's the fact. I keep wanting you to understand that. And when you do that, the light will go on. And you realize, yeah, I should be listening to my heart. It told me this. Yeah, that's good. But stop what it told me and start listening to it now. Still yourself. Spend time meditating and get some downloaded information from your higher self. Stop dictating the lower self to the higher self. You ain't trying to hear that nonsense. It's just metaphorically, excuse me. All right, so where we at? We look at the time process. Okay, now when we get from there, the physical part, the body, as long as you keep it functioning, mind, body, and spirit, you keep everything working, it'll give you about 20. That's what they say, and some longer, some shorter, a lot more shorter. Why? Because we're not going to do the thing that we need to get to there. That's all. So, again, having sexual intercourse, ejaculating takes life off you. That's more man. Gotta do it to you, dude. Sorry, but that's only as an example. Let's go. Now, when we down to the top, okay, that's the bottom of the barrel. You see who's down here? We just went to the elements, okay? At this level, you see what we got? The spirit, which is, no, we ain't down there yet. We still ain't got there yet. Okay, I just gave you all the elements. Sorry, but we're still in the element. I got the next page for that. The time means earthly, okay? Hell. Why? Because it's the lowest level on the chain. Simple. All you can do is go up. When most people who doing whatever they doing, hustling and on the street, money going good, everything going, and it ain't until everything is gone, who do you call? God. I did. So I'm just giving a perfect example. When I was rolling, I didn't give two craps about God. It wasn't important at that time. But when you ain't got nothing, everything you had is gone, you can call God. And he was there again. He never left me. I just didn't pay attention. That's my point. Young people get to God early in life. Why? You want a good life? Roll with him. The other guy, yourself, can't serve you. Trust me. It'll be pleasurable. It'll be fun. But the price you have to pay for that, well, I guarantee you that. I did that also. Moving on. Let me wrap this up. The time means earthly, worldly. In other words, physical. In the time realm, we have the divinities that go to what compose our personalities as human beings. There you go. And animals. But most importantly, you have Asar. He represents the eternal soul, the spirit that's in all human beings. He's the first. And Aset is wisdom and intuition. She gives you the knowledge that's already there. Once you raise to her level, understand her, master her, you can open that wall of, she called lifting the veil of ignorance, because she's giving you wisdom and intuitive knowledge. That's what she represents. And these are all aspects of your character. I'm walking through it right now, trying to get it out the way. Here you go. From Asar to Aset, now she represents, now you got my favorite. When I introduced Set to my class, they just thought he was the devil, and they just never got the concept. No. Let me break it down for you right quick. Set is your ego. The ego is who you identify with. The ego is the I. And the reason they gave it the name ego, and we all know what the ego is, but the ego representing what? Edging God out. It's the acronym for you being solo on your own. So he's not the devil. Okay, he's you. That's who you are. You can't destroy that. Why? That's why you got two appendages, Haru and Set. They occupy the same body. They got two different functions. And they're even going to come together. Why? Because your lower nature will give in to your higher. That's why we are coming up. The bad guys always lost. Now, the bad guys winning. We ain't going there, but that's the concept. The change is flipped over. So, Set is not the devil. Set ain't none of that. He's just your own personal egoistic concept of yourself before you recognize God in you. That's all. He will acquiesce. Matter of fact, spoiler alert, he serves God for the rest of his life. Why? He's his best protector, and he's yours if you use him in the right way. Don't let him drive. No, that's the concept philosophically. But Set is your ego. Now, his mate, not that, which is Set's twin sister. The only difference is the headdress. One had the crown going up, other got the crown going down. Inverted crown. And not that she represents mortality. Isis or Aset represents immortality also, excuse me. Now, in between, you have spirit, which is Asar, wisdom and intuitive knowledge, which is Aset. They come together, their offspring is going to be Haru. But the 5 children born, there's 5 of them. You got Haru He's born already master of himself. That's who you want to aspire to be. Haru is the child, born from spirit and intuition. Haru is the grown man, the warrior, who you want to be in the end. Okay, spoiler alert, but I want to get that message across because it's important. Haru is the king of earth. That's why. You, yourself, master you are king of your domain, your dominion, everything that you run, everything that you are in charge of, which is you run it. You got total control over it. And when you have mastery of that, that's knowing thyself. That's reaching the Nihas. But there's things and work you have to put in to reach it. That's the caveat with that one. Moving on. And when you consider Heru earth, he's king of the earth. That means master of the earth. And opposites, watch this, excuse me, and encompassing, excuse me, these male and female what principles we just gave, okay? And Nep Hotep and I say you are setting, which are the most primeval opposites. They represent motion and rest. Everything is in motion, and some things need to rest. The lower vibration things is rest. High vibration thing is motion. They go together too. They're part of the whole scheme of things. I got a little lesson coming up for them also. But and watch this right quick. They arise out of the rod directly. Why? Also because they are the principles of what? Rest and movement, like I just told you. Sorry, but I just try to get it out. Moving on. Now, respectively, Net Hotep and Ayu Ayuse Aseti, I got the proper pronunciation of the book, may be thought of as what? As fundamental divinities. These are things that keep creation going, not man. And even man, you rest and go to work. Same thing. So the philosophy, the functions don't change no matter what. God put them there. They're not going to change for you or nobody else. You got to get with the movement, so to speak. And with these two, right, fundamental divinities that together, again, with Ra, orchestrate what? Triangle pyramid, encompassing what? The matrix of creation. Let me give you a quick picture of that. I got one here. Okay, where is it at? There you go. This is how it looks outside the tree of life. You see right there? Everything is inside. You see the triangle outside and connected to Ra up top, the movement and rest. Again, those are all sustaining creation. That's what makes creation go. Their functions, the principles that you can learn and master and know thyself with. Let me wrap this up for you. Alright, I'm almost there. No, I'm gonna cut it loose. Why? I got some more information, break down the top some more over here, the good stuff coming. Alright, in closing, right thinkers, may you all live to be 100 and me 100 minus a day. So I never know that right thinkers like you passed away. I'm gonna take a break, but I'll be right back. I'm coming to the good stuff. I'll be back.